Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. As you may know, last week Elaine and I got to go on a little vacation to go rock climbing in Arkansas, and we were maintaining social isolation the whole time, so you don't have to worry about that. But I have a little story from while we were there. So we were hiking to this cliff to go look for the climbs that we were going to do, and I noticed a ton of ants all over the ground. And so I was kind of like watching where they're at, and they almost formed like a little road, like this thick. And so I just was like, I'm like, oh, close to the rock. I'm like, look at all these ants. I'm like following them. And I follow their little ant road, and it keeps going and going and going. So it goes like, it starts in this bush, and it like goes on a log, and it follows the log until the log hits the rock. And then it follows the rock, and it goes up until it finds like this little like pocket in the cliff. And then it continues to go up the cliff, okay? And it's like a pretty hard route there that if I were to climb it would be very difficult, but yet these ants are just having this huge ant road, and I'd say all in all it was probably like 40 feet long of just an ant road where they're like walking through. And anyway, I couldn't help but kind of like see this analogy a little bit in my life where I was a little bit jealous of the ants, where they know where their destination is, and they know that there's also tons of other ants along the way they just follow along. They don't have to like blaze their own path or something like that. They know exactly where to go. These ants have been probably walking this road for a long time. I'm assuming, I'm not like an ant expert, so maybe this could be wrong. But in my own life though, sometimes it's always like, man, I just wish I knew what God wanted me to do next. Or I just wish I knew I was on the right path. Or I just wish I knew I was making the right decision here. And it can be kind of discouraging, kind of frustrating. And then I look down at these ants that are just walking a trail that has been predetermined for them, and I get jealous. And I'm like, why isn't it that easy for me? I wish I sometimes didn't have to make choices. I wish I could just follow the obvious line. But one other thing that I noticed about the ants was there is also some ants that wouldn't follow the trail. And these ants would go like kind of walk around on their own path. And okay, this again, I'm not like an ant expert. In my head, I go, oh, these ants are discovering new paths to take. They're like looking for a new road, or they are, I don't know, perhaps finding like different means of food. Anyway, but they don't have the security of everyone's doing this. This is the path I'm supposed to go. And I don't know, in life, I think it's good that we get to make choices, that we have the ability to follow our own path. It's not just laid out before us. And I think God is in that path too. So although you might be thinking like, oh, I wish it was super easy for me to know what school to go to. Should I go out for this sport? Should I date this person? Although life might not be that easy all the time, it's actually probably more fun and more creative, and God gives you the options. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure book where you get to open it up and it's your choice, what you do each day. What will you do with the life that you are given? And I think that we can know and trust that God is a part of those decisions that we make when you're giving your life over to Him. Essentially, if you were the ant that's choosing your own way, if you're saying yes to God and you're pursuing Him, you can't really go wrong. You might not be like perfect every time, and you might mess up, but your road will correct it and will get you to the right spot where you should be. I don't like just saying like one Bible verse that supports what I just said, and I'm going to do that right now. But there's a verse in the Bible, and it's Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose." And we love God, and we are called according to His purpose. When we say yes to Him, He will help us know where to go and what our lives should look like. And then we don't have to live in a monotonous life like those ants. Last analogy I'll make is if you drive a car, or if you've been in a car while it's driving at nighttime, man, you'll be going 70 miles per hour at night. You can't see the road. You can't see the next turn, except because you have these headlights that are on, and they're only illuminating like the next 70 feet of the road, but yet we're confident enough to drive at 70 miles per hour because the lights are always unfolding just enough of the road for us to know what to do in the moment. And I think God does that in our own lives too. As we're going, we could be worried about what's miles down the road, but He's always unfolding the light just far enough ahead of us to show us what we need to know. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to talking with you guys all tonight in the Zoom call.